well. So the other benefit to being Friday, besides having it kind of wrap up your week, is the more information I keep getting every morning. I got more this morning at a meeting with our FLVS group. I'm going to get that information out to you as well. So it is 1 minute before. I see people are fairly active in the chat. So if you have questions as we go along, feel free to pop it in the chat. Your facilitator is here. Mr. DePace is with us. So if you have questions,
good morning.
We'll be jumping on. But today is really just kind of a letting you know where we are, letting you know our process of where you're going, and showing you a few things as you get more comfortable and see where you'll be going. So a couple of things this week. You started some asynchronous learning. You had activities sent to you from Mr. DePace Monday morning. You had opportunity to work through those. You had opportunity to participate and get to know him and get to know each other. That is very similar but different to how your week will go once you start. You won't receive an email on Monday morning from Mr. DePace. You'll actually log into your learning platform, and I'm going to show you that. Next. Next week on Monday, you will receive another email from Mr. DePace with some activities for next week as well, because next week we're going to continue to practice the online learning. I'm just keep letting people in. You're going to continue practice online learning, more to practice the asynchronous piece of this, and the learning facilitators will be attending training on Tuesday and Friday. We are also in the process. I just, nice picture, Sabrina. We just had, I just got off the phone with, or a Zoom meet like this with the principals, because we are selecting your courses today and into next week, and we're really getting everything loaded up for you. We do have an official start date now. Yesterday's group didn't have it. I got it this morning. It is going to be Monday, the 28th. Will be your first official day that you can log in and see everything. And I know at one point we had said the 24th, but the teacher training wasn't until the 25th. So the FLVS wanted us to wait till after both the teacher training days. So it's the day after. I know it seems longer, but it's actually the Monday instead of the Friday. So we'll be, if you're not on the call here, the learning facilitators are going to send that out. And actually, Mr. DePace is the first one to know the exact day, because I just found out this morning and just met with the principals. So this is how fast things are happening.
Cool.
So let me show you real quick. The two things I want to talk about today is attendance and what your learning platform will look like. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share a few things. First, I'm going to show you what your login will look like, and then I'm going to unshare and then reshare to a second tab what it will look like once you get in. It's not live yet. That's why I can't show you a live a view. Let me just see what that's called. It's called Buzz, as I said last time. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see this blue screen now that says Leicester Public Schools with this B on it. I can't see anybody, so just somebody let me know if you can see it.
Yes, it's there.
Okay, so each day you will get a, I'm just going to jump back and let this person in. Each day you will go to this won't be the website, so please don't write it down. This is the administrator side, but it's going to look the same. You will log on to the website that'll look like this, and you will enter your username and your password, and you will get all of those once all the courses and everything are set up, because there's nothing to go see yet, and right now you're inactive. You're in the system. We have all the students in there, but they're listed as inactive until we have the courses in. But I just wanted to show you what this would look like. So this would be the screen that you would go into. You log in the morning, and you put your username, password, and you will start your work for the day. How that looks like, I'm going to switch to a new screen. How that looks like is this. So once you log in, again, this is just going to be a picture, but Mr. DePace, can you see the algebra biology? Can you see all that?
Yep, they're
Okay.
there.
So when you do log in, this is a website. Essentially, I just took a screenshot of it on Monday during my training. So this is your courses. So when you click on courses, you'll see the yellow line underneath it, and each one of these squares will be your courses. So each one of these, if you click it, you can go into and see the work that you have to be done and when it needs to be done. Also within your dashboard, you have your current grade and you have your current progress, how far along you are to completion. And this goes to the asynchronous, you learn at your own pace or you work at your own pace. You could love algebra and do a quarter of the work early, but then you'll be working with a facilitator and they'll see this too and say, oh, well, you have done none in this piece, finance. Let's work on that this week. And this actually shows that you're behind pace. See how it's red versus green? This one, because you've set up a kind of a dates the thing to be done, they'll be red, like, all right, you're 25% behind. That's okay. Oh no, sorry, this is your grade. This person didn't do so well. This will be red if you're behind your pace. So this would be the course look. Again, I can't open these because it's just a picture. You also have a to-do list on your website where you can set things that you need to do. Your facilitator can add things to your to-do list. And then the activity stream will be assignments that you've sent in or completed. So this is what it'll look like for you. Any questions about this before I stop sharing the screen? And if you do, just unmute. Don't throw them in the chat because I can't see. Okay. So the second thing I wanted to talk about today is attendance. So every day, both 5th grade and 6th grade will have to take attendance, which means Mr. DePace will schedule a morning meeting. Each grade level will have about a 10, or if it needs to be longer for the discussion, a little bit longer morning meeting where he will check in with you. You will have to log on. You'll have to have your camera on, and he will be taking attendance during that morning meeting. It'll also be setting you up for the day. So you'll have a conversation. You'll do however Mr. DePace structures the morning meeting. But that is when you will be marked present or absent at that morning meeting. Now we understand there is flexibility in the program, and sometimes you have travel, you're going to a daycare, and you can't log in, we'll just say at 8:15. If you cannot join the full group meet in the morning, you just have to set up a time with Mr. DePace that you log on, and he can actually see you and see how things are going for the day. Again, it could be a quick 5-minute pop in, but every day you have to connect with your teacher virtually on the camera. It can't be an email or a Google form or something like that. And he'll take attendance each day. Kelsey, you had a question? Just unmute. Go for it.
So if Mr. DePace is the one who's doing all the meetings, then why do I have Mr. Everett as one of my Google classes?
I don't know, but so we're starting to remove folks from Google Classroom that are also in your 5th grade classes. So the teachers haven't removed you yet from their Google Classroom. So anything, unless you're a special education student and receive information from your liaison, if you're receiving anything from your classroom teacher, just ignore it for now. Good question, though. Other questions about attendance or the learning dashboard? Okay. So for next week, you'll receive an email in the morning from Mr. Pace, and we're going to follow the same process. We're also going to meet next week again as a group because we are going to start the week after. We'll probably meet in a larger group, so it's not 5 different meetings. We'll probably have an elementary, middle, and a high school just to cut down on the times, and we'll probably do it all Friday. Yes. So the clubs are going to be after school, and they're going to be announced by the buildings, and that's why you're still on the district email. It sounds like I can't share it, but I can't yet because we just agreed yesterday with the teachers union in Leicester on which ones were going to be run because they're part of the stipends. So those will be out fairly soon of which clubs are going to be run or not. And if there are any of the clubs that the middle school run, you are able to participate in any of the extracurriculars after school. All right. Zach, did you have a question? I saw you try to unmute. Okay. If not, no big deal. Maybe. Other questions besides the start date or attendance or work for next week or anything that we chatted about today? Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah. Like when we sign on, do we go at 8:45 or 8:30?
So go ahead.
I'll take this. So with the few of you that I met so far, I mentioned something about attendance, and I was just trying to give just a rough idea about. When we do have some more details on the attendance, I'll give you further detail on that in an email. Okay.
Okay.
Zach, maybe just if you want to just type your question in the chat, that's fine too.
Is that?
Knows how to do it.
There we go.
That's Joe right there, right, Joe?
Yeah, Joe Cucci.
Joe, sorry.
I just have on those logins for attendance, would it be better to have two set times during the day so that we're not constantly, if we miss the one at 8, that there's another set time so we don't have to keep going back and forth saying is, 2 o'clock good, is 11 o'clock good, or something like that. So it might make sense to have 2 attendance times. So if you miss one, you have the opportunity to get to the other instead of trying to go back and forth with the facilitator.
And that's going to be. Thank you for the input, and that's definitely going to be something to work out with Mr. DePace, and maybe that's something he does. Like my role in this is to get the larger group working, and if there's nuances between the 5th and the 6th grade group, and maybe Mr. DePace sets up an early one in an afternoon and then drop in. However that works is going to be by the facilitators.
Okay, great.
My thing is to try to just make it consistent across the 5 educators. If they work something out individually, as long as the attendance is logged by 2:30 is the key for us, that we have to report every day the attendance to the state.
By 2:30.
So
Great. Yep.
Awesome. Ashley, there isn't really a Google Classroom. So I know this is tricky, but when that piece of paper I showed you, you just log into to the website. Each one of your teachers or your facilitators actually have a Google Classroom with you in it. We just don't know yet how we're going to utilize that. And once we decide as a group of us, the 6 of us, how we're going to utilize the Google Classroom that's linked to the Florida Virtual, not linked to, like Kelsey said, to the current classroom, we'll let you know what that is. But right now, the workflow that might just go from the website to your facilitators may be enough. Other questions, other thoughts, concerns as you move forward? And just for clarification too, in the morning for those attendants or whenever the attendance meeting is, it's the students that are logging on that they check in. Families or who email Mr. Pace like, yes, my student was here today. Mr. Pace actually has to see them to check them in. Jonathan, I see you unmuted.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, Mom.
Oh,
And I have one question. If they study, they sign on in the morning and they gonna study until 2:15 every day, like sit on here, and does he have any time to go eat or
Absolutely. I said the same thing to Mr. DePace on Monday. Make sure you eat. So one of the things that the elementary group asked, and I'm going to pull this together, that'll be included in the Monday email, is a possible schedule. That if you have your meet, I'm just going to use the time that you said at 8:15. and then Jonathan works till 9, take a break, maybe till 9:15, and then work 9:15 to 10 and take a break. Students in 4th and 5th grade are not going to be able to really put in full effort for more than 45 minutes, which is a typical class length. So, listen, and just to be honest with you, if they need a break from 1 to 2:30, then they can have an hour and a half break and maybe do some work at 4. Because there are many benefits to the online program, and one of them is the schedule for work is set by you. I would recommend trying to have 4 hours of work every day, 4.5, probably for some of the older grades and older students. And how you work that in is up to you. And having that consistent pace could be that, I'm up every day at 5, and I actually get a lot done from 5 to 6 a.m. That's just a schedule that I have for myself. If your student, not that I'm telling them get up that early, but if they work for an hour in the morning, they could be done at 1 or whenever you choose. If they want to work 3 days every day for 7 days a week and work on the weekends, they can do that as well. So you will set the schedule at 2:15 for them. School is not done. It's done when you say it's done for the day. Sarah, attendance is done every single day. And it'll be done.
I think she wants to know when we're going to start it.
The 28th, the first day. Your students are present essentially every day from now to the 28th.
Can I just ask a question about the attendance again?
Sure.
So my daughter, I've actually enrolled in a outdoor classroom every Tuesday from 8 to 2 p.m.
Did we speak yesterday too?
No, but I know there are a lot of other children who are taking, this is something that's local to us. So.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm like, I feel like I just heard this. I'm sorry, because that person sent me a message. So what we're doing for individuals like that is we are having case by case basis connect with the teacher to set something up that's a little bit different.
Okay. That's all, because it's
we
just
want to
one
be
day a week. But
we also want to be incredibly flexible with you as well. If they're at that camp on Tuesdays and they can't join the meet, maybe it's you sending you connecting with the teacher somehow. They're just in a case by case basis. If it's this is a program I'm pretty versed in now, because I think a lot of the students here are doing it that Tuesday morning camp. But if it's like, oh, my son or daughter likes to sleep till 9, like that's going to be essentially an absence until they check in. So having that morning meeting most of the time is going to be how that works. And if there are special circumstances, I got an email yesterday, and I think Mr. Fay, you were on that as well. Was it one of the middle school students?
I did. I wasn't sure how to answer it, but it was the exact same question.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk with you. I didn't know. So there'll be some specific things, Sue, that you can do to make sure you're not going to be penalized for finding an outlet for your kid on that day.
thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions, concerns? Again, I'm not trying to rush you off or cut you short, but I also don't want to have you just sit here and listen to me have a monologue for 40 minutes to fill time. Like, I want to make sure if your questions are answered, this is how asynchronous learning works. If you fill your bucket of things that are complete, you're done. And that's what we're trying to do last week, and that's what we're trying to do this following week. Melissa Perry, yes, the official start date I got notified this morning is the 28th. Before the 28th, you'll get all the information and logins. Our teachers are attending training next week on the 22nd and 25th, and then it's the weekend, and then the students start on that Monday. And that's when the first official morning meeting will be, and the first official attendance. Up to this point, your students have been present the entire time. One thing came up yesterday. Again, I'm not trying to just fill time, but I wanted to make sure if there's things we don't bring up. If your student is sick and they can't make the meeting and are sick, just like you would if they weren't coming to school, where you would contact a school, you would contact Mr. DePace, and he would just mark them as sick that day. Awesome. So I did record. Yeah.
Do you mind if I just say something real quick about?
Of course.
So I know I've met with a lot of you already. Mostly just students. Some parents can join in. Feel free to join in. But I also send out a link. If you didn't get the email, I can resend it out with a link that can allow you to sign up for a time to meet with me. Either today, I still have some slots for this afternoon, or Monday. I'm probably going to add a few more slots on Tuesday because I know there's some people who missed some spots. So I would love to meet with you one-on-one to meet you and say a few things. If you haven't done so already, then please do that soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, Ashley, that's the start date for FLVS, but Mr. DePace will be sending some things out Monday to have some more activities for next week. Awesome. Well, I hope you all have a great rest of the day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Again, if you have not had an opportunity to sign up to connect with Mr. DePace, he has sent some things out, so feel free to sign up for that. And you will receive information for next week as well when we get together right before we start on the 28th for the first day.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No interruption.
Mr. DePace, so Liv did the schoolwork that you gave last week. She had some issue with saving a document or copying a document and then creating a new one, but still did the work. Did she like do everything the right way?
Yeah. So I haven't. I've only been able to have a chance to look at a few of them.
Okay.
There's a problem. I think the trouble is I don't think it's the people not logging in with the school account, but some people can't make a copy of a Google Doc, and it's because it's grayed out.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I thought it might have been the privacy settings, but that wasn't what it was. Just if she did it on a different document, and that's fine. I'll just have to go through and look at all my documents. Hopefully, I'll get to do that this evening. Or
I believe she did it on a different document. I just want to make sure that she did it right.
Yeah, it's okay. Most of this work really is just to get used. For me to get to know you, but also to try to get everybody used to working with the Google. The G Suite with the Google Docs and things like that. So we're going to run into problems, and that's great because when there comes problems, you learn solutions and you learn more. So,
all right, great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do they have to share the document with you, Mr. DePace?
I would like it to be if you completed it. I mean, I would love to see how you did your nature walk, and if you could just share it with me, and then it'll come into an email for me, and then I'll just be able to look it over.
Awesome. Great. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Mr. DePace, have a great rest of the day. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and look for that message Monday morning.
You too. Take care.
All
Bye,
right,
everybody.
Bye.
Hi, Jackson.
Hi.
Hi, Ashley.
Well, bye.
Bye.